get people in here. Go away there. And then, stop it. There we go. Where's JL? There's JL. Oh, I forgot to put up PhD Pratt. Wait. Boom. There's PhD Pratt. There we go. Hey,
Oh,
everybody.
He's in the house? He's here?
I mean, he's going to be here. He's running a little bit late. So
Cool.
PhD Tony and Irish Demon are running late, but they both have assured me that they will be here. So
they will be here.
They will be here. So you guys get, however many minutes of JL eating his crackers and drinking his monster.
Not crackers. The Nutri-Grain bar.
Which diva is holding this stream up? Well, that would be both PhD Tony and I'm just kidding. No, they have PhD Tony is currently working with a bit of a crisis. He has a friend in crisis, a friend in need. So obviously we are going to, not bust his balls about that one. But Irish, I think he's got some thing going on. I don't know what that ever could be, but Irish is Irish. It is what it is. Anyway, you get two of the real beardsmen. Not two of the fake beardsmen.
Mm-hmm.
Am I? Yeah, Johnny, very low. Of course it is. I fucking hate this shit. There's a dime this motherfucker out so you guys can hear me. How's that? Is that better? You can probably hear all the water in the background now too.
Actually, I can't hear it.
Really? Yeah. I refilled the water tank. That might be a little too loud now. Hang on a second. That's better. All right, you guys should be able to hear me just fine now. Thank you, Clive. A bit louder, says Daryl M. Biscuits.
What does it even mean? Biscuits if you're a communist?
Sure.
Oh wait, is this referring to biscuits or cookies or
biscuits? Are they?
Well, across the pond.
Well, no, I know that. It's kind of. I don't understand why. Why did we change it? Like, why did we go from biscuits to cookies?
Oh, who knows? I mean, the only reason we drive on the right is because we didn't want to be like England, so we stopped driving on the left. I mean, it's the whole reason we do it. It's just be like, if you drive, we're gonna drive on the right. Oh, fuck you, we're not England. That was the only reason we did that crap. Why is what was it? God Bless America, the same fucking song as God Save the Queen. Because we're cheap and we're unoriginal.
That's true.
Because America.
America, where we can take something from someone else and claim it as ours. America.
Pretty much.
America. Yeah, kind of shitty. I just dabbed myself right in the face.
What the hell was that?
Allergies this time of year suck, so I didn't want to sneeze all up in everybody's ears.
Okay. She's like, wow, yeah, wow.
Pow! Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So, that was Let Freedom Ring, says Skeptic Dank. Yeah, I didn't think it was God Bless America. But I didn't want to contradict J.L. Warren because he gets mad when I do that. See?
Yeah, well, if I'm wrong, hey, God Bless America.
That's that stupid. That's the song that almost became our national anthem. They almost changed it from, the other one, the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. How many words does America want to butcher? No, America doesn't butcher any words. You guys just say them wrong. I wouldn't say we are cheap.
Freedom Ring. I'm actually very curious about this because.
Yep.
No, I just looked at the Let Freedom Ring song. This is not.
See what you did? You broke J.L. Warren.
No, I'm learning. That's the whole point. I'm learning.
Learning.
Let me see here. Hang on a sec.
Skeptic Dank says we make words better. Clive Wells. I hear that a new donut van has just pulled up outside Demon's place, so he may be sometime. Shane, tell me you're correct. I forgot it's America. I forgot. My bad. My mistake. I stand corrected. I won't let it happen again. So what's been going on in JL world? You're about to make the big move.
Yes, we are. We are prepping everything to go up north, and it is a pain in the ass, especially. Oh, pardon me. Especially because we are currently dealing with something that I didn't expect to have to deal with. My youngest puppy is, well, she's not a puppy anymore, but my youngest dog is having some hip difficulties, and we knew it was something that was coming. She's had hip dysplasia for some time, just because of her genetics, just bad genetics.
Right.
And we've done everything we can to alleviate it, but she really did. Well, between her parent dog, she really got the short end of the stick, just genetically.
Yeah.
Wide body, short legs. It's just pit bull body with German Shepherd head. She's just built all wrong.
Yeah.
But she's a good girl, and she's having a lot of difficulty getting her back legs around. And so, at this point right now, it's kind of about pain management. But she's been we've had her for going on 6 years now, and when you have pets, it's inevitable. Going in that you're going to have to deal with this. It's a point down the road that you're going to have to deal with.
Right.
And you never want to. It sucks. Even if you see it coming at 100 miles an hour, it still sucks when it arrives. No amount of preparation can really, you can muscle your way through it, but that's all you really can do.
Yeah.
So we haven't made any final decisions yet, because we want to go to the vet and get a final opinion. And but the problem is surgery is ridiculously expensive, and there's no guarantee she would make it through the surgery. So do we just mitigate her pain, and what quality of life after that? So it's just kind of like, if it's only going to get worse and worse, I don't want to get to the point where she's dragging her back legs around just trying to move. But and of course this is like literally the day my final day at work, I get home, I find out that she's having this problem. It happens so fast.
That's the fucked up part about with hip dysplasia in animals, is that they're one day running around just fine, and they jump off the couch wrong, and it just pops that sucker. Yeah, it fucking sucks.
It fucking blows. It just blows ass, because technically when we got the dogs, Jingles really latched on to Angela. So he's a mama's boy, and I really got attached to Shotzi. I love that dog so much, and she's a daddy's girl, and I just and she always, whenever something's bothering her, she always comes to me, and it's gonna suck if it comes down to it, and surgery's not gonna help, and it's just about the pain's just gonna get worse. Then we gotta make the hard decision. And as a dog dad, I am not looking. It's not the first one I've had to do. It won't be the last, but man, it never gets easier.
Yeah, that shit sucks. That's the worst. That's kind of the biggest thing that I worry about with our dogs and the kids being young, and Evan with his afflictions. Yeah, I don't look forward to that day, because I know that day will come. But yeah. Anyway, so what's good going on besides the?
It's completely juxtaposed, because that sucks absolute balls, and then we got everything else that's going on. It's really, really great. We got the realtor coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's going to take a look at the house. Houses in our area are going to 30 to 50 above asking, which is really, really nice. Our house has fantastic bones. If you wanted to do something completely different with it. We updated the roof last year. We updated it's got a brand new fence. It's got everything that this house did not have when we first bought it 7 years. When we first bought it almost 7 years ago, and I think it was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, and so we've done it like the electrical, the plumbing, the HVAC, the fence, and the roof, all completely updated within the last since we moved. So in the last 6 years,
right?
Which is really, really good. Because that's predominant. Because anything else is just whatever. And then so what we plan to do is whatever we ask for. We're if we listed like 3, then we will basically put an allowance in there for something specific if they want to do something immediate, because we don't care if it's going to be a family or a flipper. We don't give a shit. So we could say like, we'll put like a $10,000 allowance in there. So we sell for 3, but we only collect $290, because that $10,000 will basically be for whatever they want to do. So it'll immediately go into like if they want to make an immediate change to it. So stuff like that. So and the way you do that is
Have you asked your realtor what his opinion or her opinion about taking out a small flip loan yourself and flipping a bit of it to increase your return?
We're going to talk options tomorrow.
Yeah. Because if you could put in like 15 to 20 grand to update some of the, like update the kitchen, or update the bedrooms or something, something like that, something to kind of give it a little bit of spice and pizzazz. I mean, ideally you could put in 15 to 20, and that 15 to 20 can turn into 40 or 50 more additional of what you would normally get. But it's all about time. And if you're not doing a complete flip, if you're just updating the things that people want to see updated, kitchens, shared living spaces, whatnot, that will get you more money up front, especially even if it is a flipper, which I don't know, doing that might take away the flipper people. I wouldn't sell to a flipper because they're generally not going to give you as much money as you want.
Well, I mean, like I said, in the houses area going 30 to 50 above asking.
Right.
And some of them are going sight unseen. They just want the property.
That's the thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep cutting you off.
No, which means that if Tom can broker that, he'd be like, "Yeah, we're going for 3. We asked for 3. They're offering 350. Do you want to go? We'll go. Yes, take it. Done."
Yeah, right. As long as the price is good. Yeah.
And if the goes through, the check clears, we're solid. They can have this place. We already have one of the more interesting things is we actually don't have a shit ton that we have to move, because we already have furnishings up there in the new place. So I think a lot of the stuff is either, I mean, I don't even know if I want to, obviously all the, my office is pretty much all going, but like a lot of we technically don't need to bring the fridge. We technically don't need to bring the stove. We don't need to bring the dishwasher. Mm-hmm. It's got all that stuff in it. Although I would like to bring the fridge. I actually like that refrigerator. But yeah, so we can actually leave a lot of stuff behind and just be like, fuck it, we don't care, and just let someone else, let them do it. They can either throw it in which chances are they'll probably just junk it out. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. It's just it is what it is, and hopefully, we just be like, we want to sell for 3. We'll take whatever offer over, maybe sell, maybe even lower down, maybe 275. And then whatever we get, maybe push it to 3, and then boom, then we'll just be like, fine, go sell it, get rid of it, just be done with it, and then we'll go up there and do whatever. Probably focus on I'll focus on my YouTube channel, focus on Week in Horror, and then of course with the money in the bank that we're going to have, that means travel becomes, traveling, especially like with you guys with the Four Beardsmen, traveling becomes I can do it, no problem, no sweat, and then. I can come back down to Dallas because it's literally, I think it's like a 4-hour drive. I can come back down to Dallas for various other things, like when Irish comes through, I can come down and meet with you guys, yada yada yada. So all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of spare time. I say spare time. You're gonna have a lot of time to be able to focus on the things you want to focus on. That's pretty cool. The one thing I was gonna say about the housing market right now is that the reason why everybody's gonna be. You could have sold that house last week. And the second that you officially put it on the market, you'll get, I'm willing to bet within the first week, you'll have at least 100 offers.
Fingers crossed.
It's so crazy right now because people that are selling, the bitch of it is, there's not a whole lot of rent properties available either. Like my wife and I were taking a look at, because we're at the end of our lease here, and we were taking a look at things, and it's just not, where are we going to go? We're kind of screwed right now, and I think our management company is going to take advantage of that. I think our rent's about to go stupid high because
way up.
Because what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We're going to have to pay it, or we're going to be, shit out of luck. We're fucking on our asses at the pot.
Buy my house.
Yeah, right. I can't afford your house.
Look at what you can do with his office.
Yeah. You don't have
Think about it, man.
You don't have a 2,800 square foot house.
No, I do not have a 2,800 square foot house.
No, I need.
But the layout of my house is very, very nice.
I'm not saying I'm not disputing that. I need room. There are 6 people, 4 turtles, and 2 dogs.
Well, it's true because I'm in here. Angela's got that bedroom over there. That's her office. Master bedroom is ours. Is like this. Then we got the living room, and the kitchen, and then the backyard. Yeah. So it's a 3-2. So
yeah,
and a full 2, which is nice.
I really need like a 6'4".
One of those cats that just buy mansions. It has like 27 bedrooms.
There we go.
Who the fuck uses them? Come on, guys.
I never understood that. People like Nick Cage has to have fucking. Well, not gonna get into it, but yeah. So it's gonna be.
You just wind up like Bruce Wayne. He's like, "Do you like eating in here?"
No.
Yeah, I do. Like, you come to think, I don't think I've ever been in this room before.
Exactly. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think legally they're only allowed to go up so much, but I think they're gonna top that out. So it's gonna be interesting for a while. So yeah.
Oh yeah, they can't straight gouge you. So I think that there's a percentage increase. That's the maximum that they can go.
Yeah, there is.
Unfortunately, they can legally do it. So.
Yeah, they will. And we got into this with a 2-year lease, so we locked in our original rate for 2 years, which was good until now. It just sucks that right now is the time that our lease is up. Like if our lease would have been up last year, we could have signed another 2 years or 3 years, whatever, at that rate. But Tom Brady's old house near Foxborough has that many rooms? Probably does.
Stupid. That's just dumb. Well, I don't know. You know, he has like light shining out of his private parts or some shit like that, according to Ted 2, so he can have as many bedrooms as he likes. Did you see that scene?
Yeah. That was the only part about Ted 2 I did like. Faux Hammer says, "Oh no, only 2 beardos." Well, the other 2 are supposed to be on their way. We'll see what happens.
Fucking Irish.
Getting
too big for us.
Excuse me. Physically and
I like Skeptic Dank's solution. Eat your landlord.
I would have to go all the way to Dallas to find him. You know, the fucked up thing, the guy was really nice. When we originally applied for this place, we had to move like quick, right? There was a whole court thing. It didn't really matter. But when we decided that we were going to move up here to where we're at now, we had to break a lease, which sucked. And then we had to move to this place. We didn't have a whole lot of time. There were like 10 different houses that we looked at in the area that we were trying to move to. None of them were right until we saw this one. They were like, hey, this is actually going to work out for us. It's got the space we need upstairs. I don't really particularly care for upstairs, downstairs because of my knees and my back, but it is what it is. Kids have a lot of place to run around and play in the house. They have outside, they have backyards, whatever. It's nice. There's a park that's not too far. It's actually the most perfect house that we could have found, because the kindergarten or the elementary school that my youngest goes to is like 2 blocks down. The middle school that my other 3 kids go to is within a 15-minute walking distance or 2-minute driving distance. And then the bus stop that picks up the kids to go to the high school is literally at the end of our street. So it's, it makes the most sense for the kids when it comes to getting to and from school. My wife works from home now, so that helps. The house is really good for our needs, especially with the kids.
Hey, Mr. Malort's got a suggestion for you.
No.
The optics would be so fucking bad.
So bad there. Yeah. Jeez, I don't want to get out of my lease though. That's the thing. I just don't want my lease to go crazy expensive. But
those optics would be hilarious.
Yep.
Turn around and do Fohammer says, I don't think JL could lift his landlord, and Johnny isn't as fast as he used to be. I could lift his landlord easily.
Kevin Paul, it's not about the speed, it's about the way you get there. It really is like a 10-minute drive. Because, I was being hyperbolic, as being whatever, but yeah. Tony had to help out a friend. Yes, Tony had to help out a friend. Eat your landlord.
Me? I'm not. I veal, not piglet. You egg me. Such a.
You have to read it in the German accent, or it doesn't make sense.
Eat your landlord? Are you kidding me? I will not piglet you egg me into such behavior. I will not. I will not piglet you egg me. I will not piglet you egg me into such behavior. Okay.
Ugly German Truth, it would be awesome if it was a funeral director, that's all I'm saying. But no, that's not what she does. Oh, yeah, I got a puppy.
Funeral director.
I got a puppy dog. There he is. Yeah. So, Darth Dawkins.
Huh. Okay,
that's the punchline.
He is a fucking punchline.
He is a punchline.
To a really old and worn out joke.
Yes.
He's a joke and the punchline.
He is a joke and the punchline.
So, hold on a second. Mouth is full. People don't want to be hearing me eat. Nom, 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 nom.
This is the Two Beardsmen ASMR channel.
my fucking breakfast.
At least you get to eat breakfast. I get a cup of coffee.
Kidding me? My breakfast is like literally fucking chemicals. Nutrient bar and Monster.
Yep.
Mine just was mainline the stimulants.
Fucking riboflavin and fucking, what is it, taurine?
Riboflavin and taurine, man. That's all a human body needs.
So be all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
What the hell is wrong? I swear, what the hell is wrong with us? Is this species?
I'm telling you. It's like, hey, we've got food that we can grow and it's delicious. Nah.
Just.
I see that vat. You see that vat of chemicals over there? Just put that in a cup for me.
just hit me up with the man-made stimulants.
Yeah,
the
buddy.
pharmaceutical grade stimulants in my drinks.
Exactly. Kevin Paul, you are correct. Coffee is breakfast. That's all I need. Yeah.
Oh, Foamer says that's Russian, not German. That's just true. I did more of a Russian accent with that, but it still worked.
Clive German. Wells. No, it's not a typo. I was just being stupid on purpose.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ich liebe Kiros 9 Todes Musash. So if I was to speak as a German and eat your landlord, are you kidding me? I will not piglet you egg me into such behavior. Okay, that makes sense. How was that?
Colonel Clink, everybody.
Alright, so that was probably terrible. It sounded okay in my headphones, but it was probably awful.
Yeah.
Makes you miss the days when Coca-Cola had actual cocaine in it.
Skeptic Dank, you're not that old.
He might be now, no, isn't it?
So if Cash App was holding 50 on an account you can't access anymore, how many hours of time are you willing to spend on getting it back? So Nerd Angle asked that question in the Plot Hole Discord, and my answer was until I got it back, because I obsess over shit like that, right? And it's not even about the money. It's about just making sure that I do it.
Oh, that's just gross. It's a me. Mario Ruiz says 12% of Coca-Cola drunk in the U.S. is at breakfast. Ew. How?
I don't really like soda all that much. That's any soda. I'll have a soda every now and again, and every now and again, even more rare will be that it'll be Coke or Pepsi or something. But not for soda for breakfast. Just
That is some of the best feedback I've ever gotten. Ugly German Truth says, good vocabulary, JL. Bit weak on the umlauts, though. Excellent to know. Thank you very much. The only reason I understand where I was weak on those is simply because I took German for 2 years in high school. But excellent. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Pardon me.
Jesus, speaking of monster, that's why they call it monster right there.
So you Tony Daryl says Tony would remember.
That's true, he would
remember. This
Tony
is true.
I remember the time
he
I had cocaine for the first time. It's some sort of he became some sort of posh British guy, but whatever.
he remembers when, you know, the energy began to cool and nuclei began to attract their electrons to form hydrogen and helium.
You know the reason why Tony is so anti-religion and he's trying to deny the existence of a god?
Huh.
He's trying to keep his secret identity.
I don't exist. I mean, God.
God doesn't exist. Back when I was a kid and I'm putting together this universe, playing with Legos.
Skeptic Dank. Coke isn't a breakfast drink. Mellow Yellow is. What the fuck? Kevin Paul says, I took English at school for 10 years and I'm still trying to learn it. Laugh my ass off. Very true. What was this latest meme I saw? It was before was is, which is a grammatically coherent sentence.
Yes, and it's true.
Before was is, and then people trying to learn English.
Yeah. Yep.
Or buffalo.
Right.
So grammatically coherent.
Yep.
But you mentioned Darth Dawkins, and it was funny because I was sitting there thinking, well, did we ever, when we got into YouTube for the first time, we started like doing this, did we ever think that we would have nemesis? Now, I don't consider Darth Dawkins a nemesis, really. I just consider I'm one of the people that he hates. But there's people who've been harassing him for way longer than I have. Like Jack Angstrike is technically, I think, Darth Dawkins' nemesis.
Yeah.
Because he follows him everywhere, just like one of his sycophants. He's always around, and he's always like, he's trying to jab at him because Darth can't control Jack, because Jack has as much influence amongst the servers as Darth does. So I think Jack Angstrike is legitimately his nemesis, and then Tom Rabbit is kind of like his quiet nemesis, because Tom just records his shit and then puts it out there. Like, I think like Tom was recently talking about it. It's like without Darth Dawkins, Tom Rabbit doesn't have a channel, because all of his shit is dedicated. Every video is Darth Dawkins.
Yeah,
is basically Darth Dawkins commentary. But I know.
Well, but if it weren't for Darth, so he says it's because of Darth Dawkins, but if it wasn't Darth Dawkins, it'd be somebody else.
It might be, yeah. But I'm telling you, so two other guys, Tom Rabbit debated him and absolutely wrecked him. I sent you the video. I sent you listened to the video, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Tom Rabbit crushed him by doing the internal critique, but basically taking Darth's position and internally critiquing it, turning it back around on itself in order to self-examine, and then realize it falls apart like almost instantaneously.
Yes. Because
by Darth's own admission, or Darth's own definition, or what Tom liked to say, by his own lights, which I liked, because Darth really fucking hated that statement for some reason. It's like, by your lights, da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, it seemed to really irritate him. It probably maybe he had heard it before, or...
I think what it is he realized at that moment that he had no way to combat the argument. Yeah. And he wouldn't even acknowledge it, right? He wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that it wasn't an argument. That was one of his bullshit tactics.
Because then he turns around and he runs back to his channel, and he just circle jerks with his sycophants. It's like, I destroyed Tom Rabbit. And there were fucking like 60 people in that room, and everybody would be like, no, you didn't. You really didn't.
Yeah.
And and then Tom will like record him doing the circle jerk. That's how we know about it. And he'll put that up on his channel. Look at Darth telling everybody that he beat me. He's like, he didn't.
I will say,
hilarious.
The whole Tom Rabbit doing this stuff with Darth Dawkins, right? The recording it, whatnot, putting it out there, and then continue to follow. I mean, I get it. I understand why he does it. I personally wouldn't put that much effort into Darth Dawkins because he's not worth it. I'm glad that somebody does, though, because Darth needs somebody to pecker slap him as often as possible.
It's a dirty job. I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life.
Right.
Lord knows I have. But But yeah, so Tom does that. Tom handled him messily and just totally, wrecked his shit. And he did it like, oh, there he is, in a new
Wait a minute.
angle.
Let's get him. Let's get him in here. Hang on, we got that. So we have two of the beardsmen that are moving. Hang on a second. Let me get you in there, Mister. Boom. There's that. Let's make sure we have
angry leprechaun incoming.
Angry leprechaun.
Mad Sweeney is on the way.
Let me get rid of that. Where the hell is it? There it is. There he is.
I love the laugh.
Hey, what's happening? Sorry about the shitty camera and microphone. I'm packing up a load of my gear for heading home at the moment, and my office is starting to be dismantled, so I'm going off the old laptop over here. Boys, I know you might not believe this is possible, but it is freezing here at the moment.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, dude. I've even got my Uggs on.
So what is it, like 65, 70 degrees? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me put that.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Let me put that in Australia.
Put that in Celsius.
Hold on. Let me see what that is. You know what? The other thing is, right? I'm in for a rude
was it
awakening
18
when I go home.
18, 19 degrees?
So it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 14 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in for a big trouble when I go home. This is hot weather in Ireland, so I'm gonna have to get used to shit really quick.
This is true. I had the pleasure of meeting a family from Scotland when I was down in Hawaii, and we were on the same catamaran. We're taking a catamaran tour of the coast, and so
I thought you were going to say that's how you all got there.
No, that's a hell of a trip. So,
no shit.
So my family's all from so we're all from Texas, and when we went it was in the summer, so it was like 100. It was like fucking retarded here in Texas. It was just crazy hot. But there in Hawaii, it was like 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 72 degrees all day, every day, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Winds blowing. It's just like, it's almost cold enough that you may have to put a jacket on, but just warm enough you don't really want to. So I see this family at the back of the catamaran, and they look like they are fucking dying. Like they are heat prostrated at 72 degrees. So I'm looking, it's like, are you guys okay? They're like, it's just so bloody hot. I'm like, where are you? Are you guys
fucking roasting.
Are you guys from Scotland? And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we're from Scotland. And I was like, this is hot. He's like, son, the hottest it gets there is like 42. And I was like, damn, that's pretty chill. And he was like, yeah. I was like, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Texas. I was like, how hot is there? I was like, about 115 right now.
120, yeah.
And it seemed like the concept of a place that gets up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit was just alien to this person. It was just like, how can you live there? Live there. I fucking played football in it, baby.
Yeah.
My grandfather.
Sorry, Johnny, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, my grandfather would always call me up, and whenever I talked to him, he'd talk about, it's a hot day, mijo. I said, oh yeah, well, how hot is it? 82, 83. I said, Grandpa, it doesn't get down to 82 or 83 at midnight here in Texas.
It'll be dead of night. It'll be 90 fucking degrees. Now, Irish, you do not know miserable. I mean, I know it gets hot in Australia, but you do not know miserable because Texas is so fucking humid. Now it's even worse down south towards the Gulf because all the shit blows in off the Gulf.
I bet.
But up here in Dallas, it can get so fucking humid. There was one time when Ansel and I were staying in a place before we bought this. We were staying with friends before we bought this house. We were staying with friends, and we had our own bedroom, but the AC went out in the house, and so none of us made enough money to really get the AC fixed promptly. So we had to work, and AC went out, and it was like, what the fuck was it? It was like back end of July.
Oh.
And so it's like the back end of July.
That's when they start turning the temperature up.
AC goes out, and I kid you not, I think the lowest it got in the dead of night was like midnight, 1 a.m. Windows are open, everything is going, fans are going as best they can. It was like 93 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle of the night,
Like-
dead ass night, and just trying to sleep in that shit.
Oh, it's impossible. Like over here, you just get like dead, like dry heat, like desert heat on this side of this, on this part of the country. But when I was up north, literally in the jungle, or like not the jungle, but like the rainforest or whatever, up on the border of the Northern Territories, when you're walking, it feels like you're actually swimming. Like, I mean, everything is just soaked, but also super, super hot. And the first time I ever encountered humidity like that was when I flew from Perth, and it was in Stray, and it was like 42 degrees Celsius, but like dry. So if you stand in the shade, it's still hot, but you don't feel that imposing heat.
There's no heat. There's no heat transfer.
Exactly.
There's not that
Exactly right.
that water pressure fucking crushing your soul.
Absolutely. But then I jumped on a beautiful.
You walk out the door and it's like gonna cut through it with a knife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I already had
What
a
happened
shower.
was, I got on the plane, right? Beautiful air-conditioned plane. Jumped on, flew north up to a place called Newman in the middle of the desert. But it's like wherever it is, it gets this massive stream of humidity. Then they opened the door of the plane, and I was like, "Fucking bring me back, bring me back."
The humidity just hits you in the face.
It's like, "Welcome to Australia, cunt." Pow! Oh man, it was brutal.
It sounds very much like Perth is like Arizona or New Mexico.
That's what a lot of people
Is what
say.
that
Yeah,
sounds like,
yeah.
yeah.
Even though we're next to the ocean, we get every single day. It's cool. We get a thing called the Fremantle Doctor, which is a cold wind that flows through in the evening time, and it's really nice. But yeah, we get a rainy season where it can be pretty humid, but it's not hot. Like, it's hot and humid, but it's not like intense heat and humidity at the same time. There's like a week where it's like that, or 2 weeks maybe. But in the Northern Territories, that is just a different beast. I couldn't live there. I know Irish people that like pack their bags in Perth, move to the Northern Territories for work, and within 2-3 weeks they're like, "Fuck this. All year round, I can't put up with this shit." And they came back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty... Like, I've been out in the middle of the desert, and you see the sun go down over the horizon, and next thing, it just gets cold, like instant cold.
That's what
brutal,
people don't understand about the desert, right? So they talk about... I can't remember where I read this, but there was some sort of weird stat that said that more people die of hypothermia in the desert
Correct.
than you would think, because people don't understand that whenever you turn the lights out in the desert, that shit gets cold.
It just
fast.
gets cold. I
Because
think
there's
what
nothing
the
there to
statistic
retain the
is,
heat.
More people die of hypothermia than hypothermia or hyperthermia. So more people die of the cold than the heat in the desert.
Right.
Yeah, hypo,
That's what it was.
cold, hyper.
That's what it
Exactly.
was. Yeah, you
Yeah.
freeze to death before you burn to death in the desert.
Exactly. Although you wouldn't believe that in the Western Australian desert, I can tell you that.
Right.
I was up the mountains the other day, up hiking, and I was kind of stupid. I went up at midday, and like it was nice and cold and not cold, but like it was kind of chill. And then I got up like 2,000 meters or 2,000 feet, something like that, and then the humidity rising up off the forest hit me. Oh man, I thought I was gonna have to like roly-poly back down the mountain, like I couldn't walk. I got up there and I was like, woo, full of energy, and then I kind of stopped. I was thinking, uh-oh, this was a terrible idea. We're going back down one way or the other.
So I've
shit.
been through Death Valley during the heat of the day, and I would not recommend driving through that part of the desert. We saw
mad, isn't it?
it's crazy because I have never seen such heat that made the freaking pavement, like you could see
just
it
go
like
like that.
move and shit. It
It's
was weird,
man.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same out there, but if you drive from Newman, which is like the last post before you go out into the deep desert in Australia, parts of the world that no human foot has ever touched. But when you drive from Newman to Jigalong, which is a little Aboriginal settlement that I worked in, all along that road is just abandoned cars. But the heat is so powerful. There's no paint on the cars. The tires are just gone. The interior of the car is just turned to dust, and it's just bare metal. But it's really cool because you see like modern cars, and you see cars from like the 1930s and the 1940s, that nobody's ever moved because you just can't get out
Yeah,
there.
right.
You know, and yeah, man, it's brutal out there, and people live out there.
That's in the Northern Territory.
So that's actually in Western Australia, but it kind of goes under the Northern Territory, kind of. But it's right in it. So it's near a place called Marble Bar. It's really close to Marble Bar, which is I think reached one of the hottest places on Earth. And I was there when it was like almost 50 degrees Celsius, or I think it might have went over 50 degrees Celsius. Thought I was gonna die. I remember we got picked up from the airport, which is like it's like a bus shelter, and you get off the plane. There's nothing. There's no gates, no nothing. And the local Aboriginal elder picked us up in a truck that had no windows, no air conditioning, nothing. And I'm like in the back of this truck, and I'm like on it's corrugated road for like 4 hours, and I'm just like this. And when I got there, my lips were like crispy chicken. I was just like, I couldn't talk, man. It was brutal. It's fucking horrible. But what an amazing place, though, man. And the people were so lovely. It's weird.
I was going to say, he's probably driving the truck at 40 kilometers an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then
it's like a hair dryer in your face.
If you stick your face out to try and get wind, it's nothing. It's nothing.
You just put it back in, and it's just skeleton. You just get sandblasted. I mean, it's fucking hot. It's hot in a place where like even the kangaroos are like, fuck this, and they just dig a little hole and just hide.
That's what that's what the fucking squirrels do here in Texas. It's hot when you walk outside, and the squirrels are literally just laying prostrate.
Yeah,
out.
just take me, birds. Just take.
Yeah.
You can walk up on them. They're like, don't make me move, man.
Or when you see that like fucking rain piss puddle, right? You know what I mean? The one that hasn't quite dried out all the way, but all the birds that are drinking water. Usually you can't step up on the birds because they'll fucking fly. They're like, I don't care. I'm fucking sitting. This is my water. I don't give a shit. My water, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
How fucking old are we? How old are we? We're talking about the heat. How old are we?
Man,
it gets so hot down here.
I've aged 5 years since I came to this country.
Literally, I thought you were going to say you aged 5 years since you.
But I've aged like 20 years.
I thought you were going to say you aged 5 years since you started your YouTube channel.
Like, I feel that way sometimes. But like, I often open the door. Like, I'll get this. My house has a microclimate, right? I rarely need to put the AC on because I got like metal shutters and stuff. So we're and we got trees around us, so like the heat stays roughly the same. And I'll kind of get up in the morning. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go for a hike, and I'll pull on my hiking pants and my hiking boots. I'll stick on the old Cobra, and then I'll open the door, and it's like whoosh, and I'm like, fuck that. Straight back around, sit in the AC, and my jocks eating ice cream. So yeah,
you're gonna be freezing your ass off. You get back to Ireland, man. It's gonna be
I'm gonna die, man.
He's gonna look like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. With
come on. Well, come on, dude. You look at our ancestry. You'll adapt quick.
I'll adapt pretty quick.
We're built for the cold. That's
when
what
I
we're built for.
When I was in,
that's what I tell people. That's why I'm fat.
All three of us looking like extras. All three of us looking like extras from fucking Vikings.
Yeah, the rejects from Vikings.
Yeah,
it's like there was no Viking that fat. Get the fuck out of here. Go stand in the back. Go stand in the back and fill in the gaps.
They were fat Vikings, but they really had something to offer. They had something. They really brought something to the table.
Like berserkers and stuff, just eating like raw cows. And oh man. Yeah, they weren't the nimble guys at the front. That's for sure.
Oh, nimbly bimbly.
So I'm curious, Demon. When you started I was talking to Joe. We were talking about Darth Dawkins, and I was really, really curious. Just when you started your YouTube channel, did you ever think that you would have a nemesis?
No, I didn't.
And did you ever think that your nemesis would be fucking Daniel Pratt?
No, I didn't. I really I thought honestly my attitude coming into this whole thing was that I was just gonna have a laugh, just gonna have some fun, and I would mock these people. One or two of them might mock me back, but not take me too seriously, because the way I try to approach my videos is pretty jovial. Although watching back on videos of late, I've found that I myself have found that I've become less less of a comedian in the videos and a bit too serious. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm going back to like being more funny and having a laugh because that's what I love to do. And I hate like getting stressed out over these morons. So what I did today was I made a video where I made a flat earth pizza. And I'm just saying this for myself. It is the funniest video I've ever made. I'm just lining people up for that. It is the funniest video I've ever made. So I might even actually have it out tonight. It might actually go out tonight after the show. Johnny, I'll send you a little snippet of from the editing for you to play. If I send it to you on Facebook, will you be able to?
Probably.
Or because I can't send it on Discord.
But I found it to be interesting that, you know, we get into this and we're doing what we do. And I knew that I would probably anger some people here and there. But, like, you know, you got Daniel Pratt who drops your name. So, you know, like he says, like, who said Charlie Welch, he drops names when he wants to get views. Yeah. But he drops your names, you know, he, like, calls you things, tells you to do shit. So I would say that he classifies as a nemesis. I have apparently lived rent-free in Darth's head for the past, you know, quarter of a year. So, you know, for months, it's, you know, and out of the blue, he'll come back and he'll start like, let's review this video of J.L. Warren. J.L. Slanderer Warren, PhD from Dunning-Kruger University.
You know the difference, though, J.L., the difference between you and me is this, right? With Daniel Pratt, my kind of, the way I go after him is very like, look at this fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I get a load of this dumbass. And it makes him feel like he's in high school, kind of. Whereas when you go on the attack, you do it with such, like, ability. You know what I mean? Woo! You do it with such ability and such, like, class that it really freaks them out. Because they've got nowhere to go. Like, at least with me, they can say, oh, look at this clown. I'm a clown. That's what I do. I fucking make people laugh. That's what I love to do. So, you know, I don't care if he calls me a clown, but so I feel like you disarm them in a different way. You know what I mean? Because they actually have to use their brains to respond to you, whereas to me, they can just call me an idiot or a clown or a bully or whatever.
Well, I'm apparently the PhD from Dunning-Kruger University is my title. Is the title that Darth Dawkins has bequeathed upon me.
That's funny.
And
it's ironic.
Yeah, that's why it's
Projection. But,
big time.
You know, and Johnny, who do you think is yours?
I don't have one. I don't have.
You don't think you have one?
I know I don't, because nobody cares. I can make fun of Darth Dawkins. It'll piss him off for a little bit, but ultimately, what pissed off Darth Dawkins was the fact that I agreed with you. I'm serious, right?
Guilty by association.
Exactly. So it's not like, you know, like anytime anybody's ever mentioned the plot hole or me, like when Dan Pratt called, what did he call me? Something. It was really stupid. It was really stupid. It was
really
cheap.
bad. It was really cheap, and it was like
his plot hole or some shit like that.
The plot whore or something.
I don't remember. It was some homophobic type shit, but it was only because I was talking with Irish Demon. So yeah. I don't have one. And I mean, whatever.
You're just guilty by association.
I'm the guy that comes in and fucking throws fuel in the fire and then fucks off.
Yeah.
See, PhD Tony doesn't have a nemesis either, because I mean, nobody really goes after him. He's
because he can't.
He's boss level.
Yeah, because they fall asleep when they watch his videos, so they have nothing to say.
It works.
If this were a video game, we're mid bosses. PhD Tony, he's boss level. So, who would be the first boss?
Speak for yourself.
Probably me. Probably I would.
No. I think the first boss is Irish. I think the first boss is Irish. The second boss is me. The third boss is Johnny, and the fourth boss is PhD Tony.
I think I'm the first boss.
So we're just going to add a pinch of salt, just a little bit. You don't want it too salty. Salt is delicious and it is important for your body, but it isn't great for your heart, and it can cause a lot of bloating. So you don't want to overdo it. That's the most important thing. As long as you keep just
attitude, whereas then you have the more direct like knowledge, like you actually know what you're talking about. We just kind of bullshit our way through it for laughs, and And then Tony's just got this fucking crazy egghead brain that just knows everything.
There's no nonsense.
He is fucking amazing. The guy amazes me. I mean, his knowledge is just remarkable. But hey, get this. I don't know if he's watching right now, but I'll let you all in on a secret. So, I'm going to be doing a series of documentaries, short documentaries when I go back to Ireland, like 15, 20-minute documentaries, right? I'm going to be traveling all over the country, trying to do minimum one a week. My first one, hopefully, if the lockdown situation isn't too bad in Ireland, is going to be on Moore Bridge, which is that bridge that Tony always talks about in Dublin.
Cool.
So I'm going to do the first one there.
All right, here's your video. Hang on. So here's your video, Irish.
Oh, wicked.
Let me make sure everybody can hear it.
This is just a little sneak peek.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Damn
Look
it.
at Evan growing his hair out.
Yeah,
it's wicked.
He's got a
He
mop top
just
there.
slid by it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be shredding licks here in no time.
All right, here we go.
So we're just going to add a pinch of salt, just a little bit. You don't want it too salty. Salt is delicious and it is important for your body, but it isn't great for your heart and it can cause a lot of bloating. So you don't want to overdo it. That's the most important thing. As long as you keep just, what they say, everything in moderation, including moderation. So you want to keep this to pretty much a bare minimum, just to balance out that sweetness of the wine. So we're going to just add... Just a little bit more. Perfect.
There you go.
Oh, is it dressing?
No, it's actually salt.
Salt.
Oh, it's salt. Okay. So you're not going to try and taste this one like you tasted the last one, are you?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, that is by
Daryl M says this is an egg.
That video of you tasting the stuff that I sent you is by far the funniest thing that you have ever done. I've never had to pause one of your streams to catch my breath because I mean, especially when you
I have one of them here. I actually when I was cleaning I was cleaning my office earlier. I found one of the ones that you sent me, which was that fucking little tub of what I thought was like lime flavored sugar.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
It's fucking beer salt.
I don't know where it is. And I just took a big mouthful of it.
He just put it in his hand. It was like,
fucking Tony Montana, that shit like it was a mound of cocaine.
And then Johnny sent me all these.
What are those?
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You sent me these.
They did.
Prop money.
Yep.
Very cool.
I need to get some Australian prop money and just like leave it on the floor and like tie it to like a fishing rod.
The string.
Oh, I've got a big one, mate.
Oh God, him tasting that shit was like the highlight of my year. It just made my 2020. It really did because everything he tasted, he then reacted to like.
Yeah.
The one I did like that. I did like the lollipop that you dip in the chili Pete. That was quite nice. I actually really did like that one.
The salsa Getty, you really didn't dig.
Oh, that was awful, man.
So yeah, the salsa. Johnny knows what the salsa Getty is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
awful.
He put that shit all over it.
Yeah.
It was disgusting, man. That sauce was gross.
He's like, why did he put chili pepper on everything?
It makes no sense, man. It's like, and it's so stereotypical. It's like exactly what you would expect. Spicy fucking food. It's like for example, right? There's an Indian restaurant near here called Two Fat Indians, and it is just. I'm not kidding.
That's fucked up.
But it is beautiful. Like the food is amazing, and the guy that runs it, and my friend has an Indian restaurant called Curry Munchers, and the guy that runs Two Fat Indians, no, legit, he does. That's what he calls, and he's Indian, like, so he's allowed to say it. But so when I went in there, I was like, I really want to try proper Indian style chai, not European style chai. So she was like, okay, I'll make it for you. So she made it how I was like, make it for me how you would drink it. So I was like, she brought it out, and the smell of it was amazing because they stew the chai, and then she just sprinkled this shit on top of it, and it made like a skin. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And what it turns out is it's like dry milk curd mixed with garam masala. So the tea literally tasted like a really mild curry, but it was actually remarkably nice. I actually really liked it. I couldn't finish it because I was afraid I would pebble dash the wall with poop, but it was really good. It was really nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other things. We had this beautiful garlic mushroom curry, and when I went in there, she was like, "You want it spicy?" I was like, "Just a little bit spicy." And she said, "You want it a little bit Indian spicy or a little bit white man spicy?" I was like, "A little bit white man spicy."
Yeah.
Definitely not a little bit Indian spicy, because those boys, whew, they can handle some spice, man.
There's an Asian restaurant that's right near me that my wife and I love, and they actually have a hot scale. And I really dig spicy food just because the fact that I have no sense of smell, my sense of taste is really reduced. So I dig spicy foods, because it's all I can really taste. And their hot scale, Johnny, I shit you not, man, I can't go above 4.
Where at? Oh, the curry?
It's called Tiger Asian Bowl.
Yeah.
And I can't go above 4 on their
We
scale.
had
Johnny.
something similar here. I forget what it was called. Similar to, and a buddy of mine would come up to the bar that I worked at, always talking about, it's so hot, you'll get like 1 or 2 and it's okay. This is how he talked, like fucking old ass hippie. 1 or 2 and you're just like, the flavor is amazing. But then you get into the 3 and I've never seen anybody go for the 4, and they go all the way up to 6. I said, go get me a 6 right now.
This place goes to 8.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
And
Maybe it was
yeah,
8.
it
But I
is-
can't remember. I forget. I think he said this one goes to 6. I said, go get me a 6 right now. Oh no, I'm gonna get you a 4 because I don't know if I said go get me a 6 right now.
Go get you I'm taking the max. No.
Fucking do it. Let's do this shit.
I'm a man.
I'm a man's man. I can eat the 6. So I get this curry, and they put it in, they put it in the takeaway thing, the styrofoam takeaway thing, and the styrofoam takeaway thing was melting, like at the bottom. Right?
Oh man!
So I said, "Fuck me, running. What did I get myself into?" I ate the whole thing. I ate the whole thing, which was a mistake.
He fucking warned you. He warned you.
Well, no, it was really good. It was really good. The mistake wasn't the mistake wasn't the amount of heat that I took in. That wasn't the mistake.
Going out.
Oh, the Japanese flag butt.
No, this was
Been
not
there
the
too
Japanese
many
flag.
times.
This was not the Japanese flag, but this was just a complete red flag.
When you're, you're in trouble.
Flag.
The Russian flag. Yeah.
You're in trouble when your hoop is glowing in the dark.
I'm telling you. At this restaurant, I can't go above. I did a 3 was fantastic. Like, I'll take a 3, and it was like, this is great. I'm gonna try 4 next time. Went to 4. It was hot just touching my mouth. And I'm not talking the inside of my mouth. And it wasn't temperature hot. It was like holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, when it's hot, when it just touches your skin and it's hot. I was like, I think that's not great. So I finished the 4. It was just like, and I'm sweating. So it's like it raises your internal temperature to the point where you're just like, fucking hell. So I can't even imagine. And there's still 4 levels above what I ate. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, you burn a hole through the roof of your mouth.
Maybe, but it was fun watching him. Just like I can't believe you ate all that. Well,
you're so going to regret it.
Yeah.
Johnny,
in the back of my head, I was thinking, what did I do to myself?
I just sent you another video, Johnny. So I sold my beloved car yesterday. Heartbreaking moment in my life. But the guy that came to buy it, his friend saw the Reaper Squeezins and wanted to try it. So I let him try it. I did warn him, but he took a big old fuck glob of it and just. So I sent you a video of that. It's pretty funny.
Let me see. Let me get it here.
Every time I think about Irish, you sold your car. I think about you going back to Ireland, and it always comes back to Father Ted and his fucking car.
Why did he put it on his skin?
Tink, 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 tink. It was so gentle.
Yeah, it's like, that looks about right. Jesus.
You may as well stop. You may as well stop, Ted. I don't think you're gonna fix it. Fuck the car up.
Just a little tap of a hammer there, dude. Oh, that's classic.
Just a little bit the other way.
Looks all right now, Ted.
He fucking destroyed the car.
So I watched an awesome documentary today about how they built the Titanic. Riveting.
Jesus Christ. My God. Here's your fucking video.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, while we recover
all right, okay, go on.
from that knee slapper.
So this is the stuff that he
Charlie is gonna try some Reaper squeezins. This is gonna be fucking awesome. Oh shit! And he's gonna snort it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's.
He's not snorting it.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck me, mate.
What do you think?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's hot.
There's a bottle right here.
He's starting to go
Can you smell it?
already.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
Oh. That was way more than I would have ever taken it.
And your body starts kicking it back.
Oh no way!
Don't drink water, man.
Pretty warm, or like?
Oh, he's fucking dying.
It gets worse too, man. I'm not even kidding.
Fuck, that's horrible.
Alright, guys, time to let the baby go. At long last.
Oh, water. It's gonna make it worse. You need milk.
Yeah. No, you just have to let it run its course. Nothing works. Except time. Nothing works but time. You just gotta let it run its course. Did Demon die? Oh, there he is.
See that car there is an absolute beast.
Well, it has to be to carry around you.
Ooh.
I mean that in a complimentary way.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking machine.
Because you're a machine. Owlman says chili and bird.
An eating machine.
Oh,
Chili and birdseed is used to discourage squirrels since the birds don't get the heat response, but there are plenty of daredevil squirrels that like to take six. Yeah.
I would feel so bad for a squirrel.
So here's the thing, right? Hang on a second.
The squirrel's like, oh, nom, nom, nom. What the fuck?
The fuck is this shit?
The squirrel just like... The squirrel just takes off over a fucking fence and goes into warp drive. Well, no, it's true.
Well, hang on a second. Here's the thing.
Parrots, chilies. Parrots love eating chilies.
Well, so the funny thing is, if you take a look at the Bhutto ghost pepper, right? India makes those and they use those as elephant repellent. The ghost pepper is meant to repel an elephant. And then they'll use the, I think it was the Trinidad scorpions. They'll use that in ship paints to paint the underbelly of ships to keep microorganisms from latching on.
That's mad.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like 2.5 million Scoville, so yeah.
Well, the Butjalakia chili in the Philippines, I think it is. They call it a one-pot chili, and basically, if you ever like go to that part of the world, they just use an immense amount of chilies. It's incredible how much chili people eat up there. But so rather than using 2,000 bird's eye chilies in this massive vat for cooking for a whole village or whatever, it's literally one chili for one pot, and that's where it gets the term. I think Butjalakia means one pot. I might be wrong, but my understanding is that is what Butjalakia is. But I'll look it up.
Nerd Angle says you're a 4-cylinder beast.
Tide Pods will kill the heat.
Jesus Christ.
Nice to know, Facty.
Tide Pods. Thai chilies are the best, says Shane Sommer.
That's an interesting question. Now, I was sitting there thinking, because we were talking about, Darth Dawkins, and I was going to chat about argumentation, stuff like that, and, changing definitions and shit. But it's probably not interesting to you guys.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep. What did you say?
Nothing. I said nothing.
That's what I thought.
I said nothing of interest.
Oh, man.
Nothing of consequence.
So, JL, you're leaving in a couple of weeks, and then Irish, you've got what, less like 4 weeks to go?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks to go. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Excited and a little bit apprehensive because it's obviously a huge move, but it's going to be a lot of fun, that's for sure.
I was a little tempted to I was thinking, it was like, what would Irish do if after we sell the house and everything's good and then we go to moves, we get everything moved like that, if I took like a surprise trip. And I was like, went on a trip and then I busted my phone and I'm going like, go live or something like that. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? Like this, and then walking up to a house. And like, I wonder whose house this is, in this strange country that I'm in, knock the house, it'd be his parents' house. Like, hey, that shit would be hilarious.
That actually would be epic.
Why did you tell him?
Well, because I'm not going to. I just, I had that thought it would be funny because I'd have the money to actually be able to do that. To jump on a plane and be like, oh, this is going to be a great bit. To jump on a plane and fly to another country for a bit, that would be awesome.
I would definitely do that if I could. You're just not putting in the effort.
That's what I'm saying.
Just not putting in the effort.
Though you will have to quarantine for fucking 14 days. So that's just kind of expensive.
Yeah, if you go from the US to, like, that's one of the biggest headaches we've had since this whole thing. Like, so for us to get from Perth to Ireland, there's only a few paths that we can take. So one of the flights used to be, which would have been ideal, direct flight from Perth to London, and then a 1 hour flight from London to Cork, which is our home city.
Yeah.
But they canceled that flight because obviously not enough people were going on it. So you had to go through a Middle Eastern hub. So we had originally booked our flights, which was Perth to Dubai, Dubai to Dublin, and Dublin to Dubai to Dublin. Yeah, so just one stop. Then Ireland.
Is that Dubai?
Dubai.
Like Dubai?
Yeah.
Okay. Dubai.
So,
I was hearing Dubai, and I was like, I'm just making sure that.
Yeah, no, Dubai. Whatever the fuck. Anyway, fucking Lawrence of Arabia over here. But
it's potato. It's potato.
Potato. But anyway, yeah. So then the Irish government put Dubai. They put Dubai on the restricted list, which would have meant that we would have to do a 2-week quarantine in Dublin, which isn't a big deal, except it costs €5,000, and on top of that, our dogs would have to stay in kennels because our family wouldn't be allowed to pick them up. Our dogs would have to stay in kennels, which would cost like another €2,000, which is fucking crazy. And then, so we canceled that flight. We lost a ton of money on that. And then we rebooked through the United Arab Emirates, which is just up from Dubai. Sorry, did I pronounce United Arab Emirates right there for you, JL? Is that okay? Was that fine?
Fuck off.
And then about 2 weeks after we booked that, they fucking put that on the restricted list. So then we're running out of options. Then the next option was Hong Kong. That was put on the restricted list, so we didn't book that. So now it's Singapore. So we're flying Perth to Singapore, Singapore to Dublin. No, sorry, Perth to Singapore, Singapore to London, London to Dublin. Then we have to stay overnight in Dublin, and then we have to go back into Dublin airport in the morning to pick up the Doges. And then my brother's picking us up in Dublin and driving all the way down the country because it's the only way to get down. And yeah, that's it then. We're done.
No,
so
you didn't pronounce it correctly. Nobody fucking says United Arab Emirates anyway. They just say the UAE.
Oh, really?
People
I'm
must
pretty
just
sure
say to
I
you,
just said it. So
yeah, well, that's
yeah.
that's you.
So anyway,
Yeah.
now that JL's done with his fucking little outburst there,
Johnny's reaction is the best. Just, why am I here?
I don't fucking blame him. But so yeah, fingers crossed that in 2 months they don't put fucking Singapore on the list.
Yeah, no shit.
Let me tell you guys a funny
suck.
story. So the rules for entering Ireland are thus: you have to immediately quarantine, but you don't have to hotel quarantine. You can home quarantine for 2 weeks, or if after 5 days you have a test and it's clear, then you can stop quarantining. So technically, we are supposed to get off the plane, get into a vehicle, go to Cork, drop Jen off at her mom and dad's house where she's going to quarantine for the 2 weeks. I go to my mom and dad's house where I'm going to quarantine. And then after 2 weeks, we can go about our business. Problem is, we have to pick up our dogs in Dublin the day after we get in. So we have to stay in Dublin overnight, which is technically against the rules, right? Because the rules state you go straight to your place of residence. So I rang the embassy in Dublin, in Sydney, and they redirected to Dublin. And I spoke to the guy there, and he had the strongest Dublin accent. And I said, "Look, here's our situation. We don't know if we'll be breaking the rules by staying in Dublin overnight, then picking the dogs up." And he said, "Well, I suppose it's like this now. It's not what you'd actually call a law as such. It's more of a kind of a guidance. So if you did decide to stay in a hotel for one night, you wouldn't be breaking a law, as they say. You wouldn't exactly get in trouble for it. It's one of those things that if you don't tell somebody, you're not going to get in trouble for it." And I was like, "So you're saying I can stay?" I'm not saying you can't stay in the hotel. I'm saying that you wouldn't be getting the guards knocking at the door if you did. That's all I'm saying. So I was like, so it would be like, okay, right? And he goes, "Well, as I said, it's not against the law, is what I'm saying. It's not against the law." So I'm like, I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing, that we don't get in trouble. Well, let's just say if you were to hypothetically, because they can't say hypothetically do that, you wouldn't get in trouble. I was like, so hypothetically, what you're saying, hypothetically, is
Conor
that
McGregor
I
all
could
of a
enter the
sudden works at the
country.
embassy.
Yeah, Conor McGregor. Well, yeah, so yeah, basically, yeah, he said like it's totally fine, just as long as you've got a clear test that I can stay in the hotel, hypothetically, of course. And
I was getting the hint that he was basically saying, don't just keep your mouth, don't say anything, just shut it.
He's like, you have
if you shut up about it, if you shut up about it, you'll be fine.
Just say nothing. Like that's kind of the way it is in Ireland, though, which is good. Like in Australia, you get away with nothing. Like Australia is an incredible nanny state. They track everything you do. They control everything you do, and you just in Ireland, it's a bit more common sense. Like his attitude was very much like, if you got a clear test, you're not harming anybody. You keep yourself in your hotel room. Let the staff know that you just got in from overseas, from a country that's allowed. There's no problem. Just don't put it on the paperwork, basically. And he was like, and if there's any problems, just play fucking dumb, And so, but we'll hopefully things are starting to open up now in Ireland. So I think the restrictions will be lifted by the time we get back anyway. So we should be okay.
Well, that's
all
good.
going well.
That's good.
But it's not exactly a law now. So like,
it's more what you call guidelines and actual.
It's more of a guideline now.
Yeah, it's one of those heavily suggested suggestions.
It's a suggestion, yeah. It's like the way at one point he said like he was like, how did he put it again? He was like, it didn't exactly pass through the Senate or like the House of Parliament now or anything like that. So it's like technically not a law, and it isn't the law. It is just a guideline. The other option that we did have was that we could, because you're allowed to be in your vehicle even if you're quarantining. So as long as you have good reason. So we could have driven or been picked up by my brother, driven all the way from Dublin to Cork, which is the whole other side of the country.
It's like what, 2
and
hour
then
drive?
gone back up the following morning and then back down again, which would have been crazy. So
Like 45-minute drive, right?
yeah, about that. Yeah, if traffic is good, half an hour.
Let me see. Ugly German Truth says, was the man's name William O'Clinton? I don't know.
William O'Clinton.
I don't know who William O'Clinton is.
No, Alman, because Irish is Irish. He's
What was that?
Irish. Alman
Irish.
says, does this Irish accent count as racism?
Oh, I think he's talking about JL's Irish accent.
No, the way I. Okay, I did not do the Lucky Charms bullshit on that last time.
To be fair, he didn't. It actually was not
Magically
that bad.
I mean, I can really, really sell it if you like.
That's fucking Warwick
Hurts my
Davis.
soul.
That's Warwick Davis, and you know it.
Warwick Davis. Oh, I'm the leprechaun.
Do you have me cold? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fucking hell.
Wow, it really strikes him deep.
It does.
It
at
just hurts him deep.
Look at him.
When you're after me, Lucky Charms.
And then you people wonder why whenever you go abroad on vacation, that foreigners go, oh, fucking Americans, Jesus. Here we go. Like, the thing is, right? The thing is, Irish people in Ireland love Americans because we don't see a lot of people outside of Ireland, to be fair. And when I think when Americans come to like country pubs in Ireland, it's a real culture shock because it's just so different to anywhere else in the world. The vibe is so different. And then all of that kind of, my great grandfather's uncle's cat was from Kerry. It's like that just goes out the window. They don't, like, people don't bother with that shit anymore because people don't give a fuck, first of all. And I've had a few situations where, like, I've heard people say, like, just tell me about you. I don't care about your great grandfather who fucking left during the famine. Tell me about you. Where are you from? And, you know, yeah, it's just a fucking, people have a great time when they go to Ireland for that reason. People, yeah. It's not that fake fucking, oh, welcome to our country. If Irish people don't like you, they'll fucking tell you. You know what I mean? They're not, like, Irish people, we're generally not very, like, blunt people. We're kind of, we tend to be, what would you say, polite to our own detriment sometimes. But if you were really pissing someone off, they would definitely tell you. But I've never seen it. I've just never ever seen it. You know, like, it's just such a chill country. They'd love you too.
Glover Mom says that when I did the really bad accent, I thought of Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Ugly German Truth says if JL's Russian, JL's Russish German accent does not count as a war crime, neither does his Irish.
I'll be right back. I just gotta go get my charger for my.
To be honest, as a voice actor, I have not had to do an accent in a like a legit accent in a long time.
Yeah.
The last accent I had to do was Australian, and that was like, God, it was like, I think it was like 7 years ago, where I actually had to like legit do an accent. It wasn't even for a voice work. It was for I think for the American Heart Association. I basically shot the exact same thing, just one with an accent and one in English, because I guess they were distributing that video in the U.S. and in Australia, and it was just like this fucking technical thing, you know, like what to do in the event of choking. And I had one line. They wanted it delivered in English, then delivered in Australian, and that was pretty much it. And so, but I honestly, I can't remember if I ever had any legit accent jobs where it was necessary for me to do it. I know, you know, working voice actors have to be able to do them.
Yeah.
But I don't get to tap the talent very often. I haven't had to, so all my shit comes off as caricature or whatever. And I mean, obviously, if I got a job, I'd study up. I'd spend like, you know, 2 or 3 weeks like really honing or really trying to bone it in, just like to get it focused. But you know, right now it's just kind of fucking goofy.
I had to do one for this homemade film thing was a really bad Irish accent, really bad. Because this is one of those like fucking everything was a guerrilla shoot. We would just show up, shoot the scenes, and then fuck off really quick. And I didn't know when I was going to be filming. I would get like, oh, hey, by the way, you need to be here in about 40 minutes. Like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it. So I would show up and then do this really bad Irish accent, and then
When I played Dracula for 6 weeks of rehearsals, every single day for 6 weeks, I was trying to get the German accent down for Van Helsing. And just trying, everything I could. I listened to like, the tapes.
Yeah.
Watched videos. Did this was like 2000. This was 2003. This was Halloween of 2003 when I played Van Helsing and Dracula. And I studied my fucking ass off to try and get that German accent down. And I thought I did pretty good. And then people said I was believable. But then one reviewer said Elaine Liner, who is absolute fucking rag. This is just what she is. She makes a point of shitting on shows for the people read them like, oh, look at these terrible reviews.
Yeah.
And but she said I sounded like Zsa Zsa Gabor. So
what?
Can we hear your accent?
Oh, dude, it was 2003. I did the German accent because I had to play Van Helsing in a play. I was playing Van Helsing in Bram Stoker's Dracula, and he's German. I was playing a 60-year-old German man. And so I got down the the West German accent as best I could. I spent 6 weeks trying to learn it so I could get it down, and that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do the numbers. The accent still kind of comes out with that. Although my umlauts are fucking terrible. So because it's been years since I've had to do it. Of all the voice work I've done, the last time I had to do an accent for a job was an Australian accent. And it was like 7 years ago. So I just don't get asked to do accents. I was able to do them back when I was fresh out of school. I could do them really well. I could jump all around the U.S., from California all the way up to fucking New York and Maine and shit. But I'm so out of it now. They just want.
I love the Maine accent. The Maine accent is wicked.
Nowadays, they just want changes in my voice. They want me to do a different kind of voice, like either put more bass in my voice, or take all the bass out of my voice and I speak more higher. Or do funny voices, like shit like that.
So is Irish Demon the new ranger at Jurassic Pork Chops or something?
Jesus fucking Christ!
That was fucking.
Not even. Hey guys, how you doing? Good to be here. My name is Jessica.
Oh yeah, no,
it's straight fucking guns.
Jurassic Pork Chops.
Straight fucking guns.
That was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Jesus. Anyway, it's time for us to get out of here. We've been at this for a while. Yes, we
technically haven't.
We haven't, but we're over our time because Australia.
What fucking manager are we reporting to? Management says we have to get off the show. We're running 5 minutes over. We have ads that we have to get to.
The manager in my house. Save me.
Say no more.
He's like blinking in fucking Morse code. How did that guy's captors not realize he was doing that? He's in there giving the like I hate America propaganda speech while he's blinking Morse code with his eyes.
Because they were too wrapped up in the I hate America speech. That's what it was. They were distracted. It's like, how could this guy be telling us one thing and signing another?
Saying something. What was it? They did that in Hot Shots Part 2?
Yes.
The food here is very good. They're treating me quite well.
All right, so
they had the sign language.
Yeah,
they had the sign language on the deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was really funny. Hi, are you here to beat me? She's here to beat me. So Irish, you've got your Flat Earth pizza coming up. And then,
I might have that out tonight, possibly. But I'm having a bit of a fucking meltdown here because this mouse is usually connected to that computer.
Right.
And I just plugged it into this computer to charge it, so it's decided it is now the mouse for this computer. So I disconnected it, but now because I don't have a fucking mouse connected to that computer, I can't reconnect it to that computer. So it's a bit of an issue, I gotta be honest.
How do you do this to yourself? Like, how do you get into these situations?
I should have known better. Like, that was a stupid fucking. I don't know why I didn't just plug it into this one. I mean, I gotta figure this.
He's like that
out.
guy. He's like a guy who plays a video game, and whenever he saves, he's always in the worst possible situation to save in.
Yeah, like one.
Like
no
Like,
health.
finally, I could save, and then when he gets anywhere, just dies.
Exactly. No health. All of his weapons are broken. His mana is gone. There's like the super boss right next to him. Oh, let's go back to the game. Yeah, that's where he goes. All right, so while Irish works on his technical difficulties, JL Warren. Oh, there he goes. He just says,
No, I'm still here. I'm just off camera because I'm naked from the waist down. I didn't want anybody to see that.
Thank you for that consideration.
No problem. You get a good fucking mental image of that.
I don't want one.
I got the. Oh, yes, it is.
Dragging on the ground.
Ugly German Shoes, right? It is a PEBCAC issue.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, so JL, you
know what a PEBCAC is, right?
I don't care.
No, I don't know what that is.
Problem exists between between keyboard and chair. PEBCAC.
Yeah.
Still don't get it.
You are the problem. You are the
between
problem.
Keyboard and chair. What is between the keyboard and the chair?
The table? The floor? The mouse?
Hey, you're just being
the headphones?
You're being obtuse, dude.
My glasses. There's a load of shit between. There's a load of shit between the keyboard and...
You are between the chair and the keyboard.
More importantly, there's a fleck of dust on my hat, and I'm not fucking happy about it. There we go.
All right, so JL, you've got your move. Are you going to be able to do anything outside of the Week in Horror? I know we've got that thing on Monday.
Yes.
Have you been able to get to that thing? Yeah, exactly. Have you been able to get to any of that other thing this week at all?
I have not. Things are just too chaotic, and now the issues with Shotzi, trying to set up the move, trying to figure out time to go to the vet, and. Then they're saying, so there's going to be, aside from Week in Horror on my own personal channel, there's going to be a bit of a lull. I can't avoid it. Yeah. So because I'm not going to rush anything to get it out. It's not the kind of content I want to put out. I don't want to rush stuff. I want to put out really seriously thought out, methodical, intelligent, and mildly entertaining things that get a message across and actually serve a purpose in society.
You mean slanderous?
I didn't slander the man.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't do that shit.
Slanderous and libelous and whatever the fuck did he call it? I have no fucking
Doesn't matter.
No concept, but yeah, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, Darth, financials and police reports don't lie.
Oh.
You can find him if you're willing to pay for him. That's the reality of it. And I was willing to pay for it because I had the money to do so.
Ooh.
If you're going to talk about somebody, background check him. It's that simple.
Fired.
Shots fucking fired.
Background. If you want to talk about them, you want to talk about them honestly, background check their ass. $4.99 a month, and I can have all your financials. That easy. Your credit history. It's not like impervious to finding out. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. But
don't fuck with J.L. Warren.
I won't lie. I sent him a picture of his house from Google Earth.
That's fucking creepy, JL.
That is.
It's not. No, because I will admit it does come off that way. He did piss me off something fierce, and I sent it as a message. Look, dude, you don't know who you're talking to. Hey, sweetness. I can't finish that.
How can you go from creepy fucking stalker to hey?
Because she jumped in the camera.
Yeah.
She's too adorable.
This is not the conversation she needs to hear. This is an adult conversation.
She doesn't have headphones.
Oh. Well, that's the whole point, is that when you're on the internet and you're running your mouth, yes, you can run your mouth on the internet, but just because you're on the internet, you are not impervious to being found. A person with the right mentality and the right motivation can find you.
Yep. Especially when your mother comes downstairs and says, "Gary, it's dinner time."
That's the point. People, if you meet the wrong person on the internet, they can find you. It is possible. No one is truly and absolutely anonymous, even with a VPN. Because
and JL says he is the wrong person.
Especially if you're putting content out there. Because I could literally go through all your videos and pick out point until I've got enough to form a profile. And then I can just cross-reference that profile with things that I know until I finally come across. Because there's a trail of you somewhere out there. If you use a credit card somewhere, or if you have any kind of financial, like you have a lease, or you have a mortgage, or you pay rent, or something, all I have to do is just cross-check shit. And that's me doing it myself. I can hire a service to do this for me, and they'll do it even faster. It would just take me more time. They'll just do online databases. And so you get the information, and that's what I did to him. In essence, I was like, look, dude, I know where he lives. Like that was like, look, man, you never know who you're talking to on the internet. You run your mouth like you are impervious, and you are not. Boom. This is a picture of your home. Okay, it took me 15 minutes to find you.
So what JL
I'm not the kind of guy who's going to do this, but just beware. If I can find you, other people can find you. Okay? That's simply it. That's the reality. And people do need to be careful about running their mouth. They wouldn't do it in public. If I walked up on DD tomorrow, if I walked up on Gary and was like, I'm right here, run your mouth now, he wouldn't do it.
I've got to go walk the dog. I'm not running away, but I've got to walk the dog.
I mean, that's the reality.
You're gonna leave me here with J.L. Neeson?
No. That's one of Darth's most famous. Like, I got to back out of this, but I'm not backing out. Yeah,
and
exactly.
I will send you a picture of your house.
See, like Mario, and that's the thing is because I'm not overseas. He's not. I mean, he's on the East Coast, yes, but he's not that far. He's within driving distance. I could drive to his home, just like I could drive to Daniel Pratt's home.
Why would you want to?
And the point is not that I'm going to do something, is that when people do these things, the greatest lesson my father ever taught me before he passed. The greatest lesson: would you rather be right or dead right? Because eventually you're going to run across somebody who does not give a shit, has no compunction whatsoever, and they do not care. Like, oh, I could go to jail, I get in trouble with the cops. No, they're simply going to knock you down and be done with you, and then they'll pay for the consequences. They don't give a damn. You're gonna if you keep doing this, you're gonna run into somebody way bigger and meaner than you are. And I have done it. I used to run around this way, I was running my mouth. Blah, 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 I'm big bad fucking badass, and I got knocked down many a times. And yeah, they got in trouble. They didn't give a shit. I'm the one who still got, it's like, I'm the one that had a hard head and couldn't learn the lesson. So I don't do that. I don't run around with a chip on my shoulder going, here, knock it the fuck off, like Nathan Thompson and shit. Nathan Thompson pulled that stuff, and I swear, if it'd been the wrong person in Texas, he'd have been shot. You don't run up on people's cars screaming that they're idiots.
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's a matter of time.
Or in any of the southern states, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas,
it didn't have
Oklahoma,
to be any of the
Arkansas,
states. Take him
Louisiana?
to the wrong place.
Shit, if you did that,
time.
if you did that even in Chicago, where it's next to impossible to get a firearm, a lot of people have guns up there. Someone will fuck you up.
It's not next to impossible to get a firearm in Chicago. I got to drive 20
minutes.
Oh, no,
I know.
20 minutes to the west, south. I get what you're saying.
But that is the point. This is the point that these supposed adults, these children with adult bodies, don't seem to get, is that they run their mouths like to quote Maynard, they run their mouths like they've never been smacked in them. Nobody is impervious if you are on the internet. If you go online, you leave a trail. Sometimes it can be hard to find. Sometimes it can be easy to find. Most of the time, it's easy to find. And he's not the first person I found on the like someone would be like, whoa, but I've done it, but people have been like, oh, you wouldn't dare, blah blah blah, and then I'll be like, blah, 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 like this. Okay, here's a picture of your house. I wouldn't dare what? I could drive right to you. I could be there tomorrow. And they're like, well, man, I was just fucking around. He was like, yeah. Exactly. You never know who you're talking to.
JL Warren is savage, guys.
Beast mode.
Fucking hell. On that note, Wait, hang on a second. They can't hear you. How about now?
What was it? Did anybody else watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, when Dennis was talking about taking girls out on the boat,
One more time.
you know, so they could, you know, he could, you know, they could spend, you know, get intimate with them or like that, you know, because of the implication. What implication? Well, you know, because we're out together, we're alone, we're out on the boat, you know, far out in the ocean. You know, I have the keys and everything, and you know, she's there, she
they can't
understands
hear
what's
you.
going on,
Come
you
here.
know, because the implication. And he's like, so these girls are in trouble. No, nobody's in trouble. Nobody's in danger. But you know, hey, sweet
Hello.
Hey, Munchkin.
Are you here to say goodbye to everybody? Because it's time to stop the show.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
You gonna say catch us next week on the Beardsmen, where J.L. Warren transmits from his new
Prison
home.
cell.
Oh Jesus!
I didn't say I was going to do anything. I'm just saying it's possible. And I'm willing to go to a line. There are people out there who will cross the line. That's the point.
JL's that guy that runs up to the line, dances with the tip of his toe on the line, and does like a fucking Irish jig. Yes.
Where's the fourth one?
That's a good question.
JL, Johnny O, Irish Demon, and the fourth one.
The fourth one here. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, where's the fourth one?
Where's PhD Tony? He had to take care of one of his friends. So stop it. He had to take care of one of his friends, so he could not be here. Anyway, it's really time. I got the news to work on. Irish has got his pizza to finish. J.L. Warren has his vendetta to wrap up.
Dada. Dada.
I'm just laying down the
someone
implication.
always has to be gone in the Four Beardsmen.
Wow,
except for
even
being four.
even the youngest of the plot hole notices that somebody's always gone from the Four Beardsmen.
This is
There you
true.
go. It's a
Anyway.
sad state of
Except
affairs.
when except for when you first started the Four Beardsmen.
Except when we first started, yeah.
Well, that was before, you know, like
Yeah.
Irish got too big to hang out with us, you know.
True story. It's because it's all got to go through my manager and my agent.
Most of the time, PhD Tony is gone, or
No, most of
Yeah.
the time,
Yeah,
most of the
no,
time
you're
PhD
right,
Tony's
you're right.
here.
Oh,
And
and
most
most of the
right.
time it's
Joe Warren.
No, she's right.
Some of the
She's
time,
right.
J.L. Warren is gone, yeah, because he's, J.L. Warren. And he's too busy working on his V for Vendetta speeches.
too busy hunting down my enemies,
Hunting
let them
down
know
his
that
enemies, yeah.
the only reason you're alive is
It's
because,
because
I allow it.
it. Yep.
Hi, Beaver.
Anyway, it's time for us to get out of here because my wife yelled at me about some sort of housework bullshit. Like, that's what she's for.
And we gotta eat. We gotta eat.
We got to eat.
Dangerous words there.
There were dangerous words. But I have a hostage right now, so.
Yeah, she wouldn't dare throw something. She wouldn't throw something at you now.
No, yeah, that's why I will be holding this awesome baby for the rest of my life.
Because my mom is going to maybe murder me.
Not
She
you.
has a knife.
Not you. She's going to murder me. This one. You're
She
safe.
has a knife. She has a knife.
Yeah, but all I got to do is give her a loaf of bread and a jar of mayo, and then she'll know what to do.
Yeah. But she's like Toga. She's
Yeah.
like Toga from My Hero Academia.
That's so terrible.
Her quirk is blood.
JL's out there digging other people's graves. I'm digging my own.
Oh, no, okay, no. That's
I'm just
okay. That's the
sitting here
point.
being good as gold.
And one thing I have to stress is that, like, legitimately, I've said all this. I have no problem saying all this because I can't do anything about. I legitimately
It's not
can't.
because you
Because if
have
these
to.
people were to
You
suddenly
have to
like
spend-
disappear, like if they've like suddenly vanished, I've now put this out. It's public record. It's like
Yeah.
people have heard this. All of a sudden, Daniel Pratt stopped putting out videos. There's the appeal. What happened to Daniel Pratt? Where did he go? He's vanished from the internet. Shall we talk to Jay?
I don't think
who's in
anybody.
Big
I don't
Stuff's
think
house, too?
anybody. I don't think anybody would notice. It one day
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
I haven't heard from Daniel Pratt in a long time, and they'd be like, yeah, good, and then they would go back to their fucking eggs and bacon.
Saying, I've basically shielded them
Pancakes.
from myself by putting out there that I know these things and that I have access like this. Because if I do anything, I'm literally suspect number one.
Yep.
So so I can't. So there.
I think suspect number one in the Daniel Pratt thing would be the water heater. But anyway, it is time.
Or that's how I'll make it look.
Woo. All right, it's time for us to get out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Munchkin.
Let's see. We're gonna do that one. Get rid of that. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy.